My day started out great, getting the dishwasher emptied and filled again. I had all the high hopes. I had a huge to-do list, so I thought I better just give them the highlights, show them the empty dishwasher, and then show them what a mess I had to start with and how I conquered that mess and still had time for this grand to-do list where I was going to clean all the appliances. I was going to clean the upstairs bathroom, a nice deep clean, especially that bathtub. I had a grocery order coming between 6 and 7. Everything was going great. And then somewhere along the line, look, I got my kitchen all nice and clean. Somewhere along the line, my day just went south. Have you ever had that happen where you think, oh, I am going to get so much done, and then things happen and you're frustrated and you're now in a bad mood and you don't have time and you don't know how you're going to get the basics done? This is definitely how I was feeling on this day. I also found out that we were going to have extra people for dinner, which is really fine, but I had to run to the store, get some extra meat, and do all the preparations that you normally do when you're having guests come. So my reset day was quickly going downhill. I still had editing I needed to do to get my video up, but I did manage to get the bed made. I did manage to get the laundry rolling. Thankfully, I did have a meal plan that works for a crowd. I planned to do a cheeseburger casserole and potato salad, and then I still had those veggies that I had showed you, I think it was yesterday. I get so confused now that I post every day. On the charcuterie board. So I was going to bring the veggies back out and the dip. So here I am getting my laundry switched over, and then I told my daughter Crecia that I would put her laundry in because Friday is her laundry day, and she was headed out with her sisters. So I said, don't even worry about it. I'm about to switch my laundry and I will put yours in. So as I was saying, I had a good meal plan for a crowd, and I'm going to show you that cheeseburger casserole. I will say I ended up doing it differently. I will link the recipe in my description box as well as in the first comment if you can't access my description box, because what you were supposed to do is put the mixture into a 9x13 and put it's not crescent, it's Pillsbury biscuits on top. You slice them in half horizontally so that they're thinner, and then you bake it and the biscuits bake on top, so that kind of replaces the roll, which I actually was going to do. But when I found out I was having a crowd, I really don't like to be cooking when there's a lot of chaos going on. So I thought, hey, I have a great idea. I'm going to stick this in the crock pot. I'm going to ditch the biscuits and go buy rolls. So that is what I ended up doing. So here I am getting the potatoes peeled and chopped. So I thought I can get all of this done before anybody comes. To be perfectly honest with you, my day was already about to go south, where I was about to get frustrated. You know, you live with a lot of people. At some point, you're going to get your buttons pushed and you're going to end up in a crappy mood. But as it turned out, my daughter Rachel that you see here, she needed to go to Michael's. So there's no better place to get your happy on than going to Michael's. So I told her, I will take you to Michael's, because I had showed you at least part of the dresser or bureau, whatever you call it, in the basement that her and I painted over. What we did was, it was green and white, and we went to Sherwin-Williams. We had it matched. They are so good at matching. And we painted it with flat paint. And she is going to make an art project of it, which I will definitely show you as she progresses. So we needed to go to Michael's and get Jessup. She wanted to get some cheaper brushes. She didn't want to ruin her brushes since it's a new type of project she's never done before. She didn't know how everything was going to land, and we needed to make sure she had the colors she needed in acrylics. And I was just going to browse to put myself in a better mood. So that gave me some motivation, at least, to get dinner on. So I thought, this is perfect. I will get the potatoes chopped, cooked. I'll get the hard-boiled eggs all boiled and in the refrigerator. I will get the cheeseburger casserole in the crock pot on warm, because everything is cooked. And then we'll head to Michael's. I'll come back relaxed. I'll just have to put the mayonnaise, and I do Hellmann's mayonnaise and a couple squirts of mustard in my potato salad with the potatoes and the egg. I don't do onions. I used to do onions, but some of my kids when they were younger didn't like onions, so then I got in the habit of not even using it. So what I did was I do 2 potatoes for each person. And really, it's so that we will have some leftovers. And then I do 1 hard-boiled egg per person, chopped and mixed throughout. And that is a good mixture. And then the reason I didn't really show you, I'm not going to show you the recipe because I don't measure anything. So what I do is I just lob the mayonnaise in once everything is cold, and I mix it around. And and I put a couple squirts of mustard. So I mix that around. And on this day, I noticed I need a little bit more mustard. So I squirted a little bit more mustard in there. And once it looks like everything is covered, then I throw it down, and I'm going to use a disposable 9x13 pan that I had in the house. To make cleanup easy, it's always good to have an easy cleanup when you have company, because I'm going to line the crock pot, so that's good. I'm going to use a disposable pan. That's good. So it was such an easy cleanup. So here I am going to be frying up this hamburger, and I knew I needed to get this hamburger cooked. It was in the freezer, which is why it's not the best color. Because look, the red is the new hamburger that I bought, and then what isn't red is what was frozen, so it discolored just from being frozen. It's really fine. Making a cheeseburger as a casserole is such a brilliant idea because it's so much easier than making patties. It's so great for a crowd. It really would be great for Super Bowl. What you're supposed to add to this was 2/3 cup ketchup, and I've seen other ones where they have you like add mustard, mayonnaise. I wasn't doing any of that. I thought they can add their own afterwards. 2 teaspoons of onion powder, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of pepper. So if you notice, I wasn't measuring at all. I just was kind of dumping across. I just don't think it's that big of a deal how much is in there. So however you normally make hamburgers, you could put that stuff in yours. It really doesn't even have to be a recipe. It's more of a concept. So I thought, I'm not letting myself go to Michael's until I at least wipe down the front of the dishwasher, which I did with the Wyman's, what's that? Stainless steel cleaner. And I'm trying to show you how dirty that is, but you really can't see it on camera. But you can see how dirty that is. But I was doing the Wyman's on the stainless steel dishwasher. That dishwasher can show streaks like you would not believe. And then I'm trying all-purpose cleaner, the Basil Mrs. Meyer's, on the microwave. But someone had exploded something at some point and not cleaned it up, and it was dried on. And it's like I completely lost my mind and didn't think about how you're actually supposed to clean a microwave. So back to the dishwasher. The secret, if you have one that's super streaky too, clean it, but buff it, like really buff it dry, and then it's not streaky. And then in the microwave, why am I even wasting my time with an all-purpose cleaner? We all know that that is not how you clean a microwave. You clean a microwave by getting yourself some lemon juice, getting yourself some vinegar, and baking soda, a little bit of water, right, in a bowl. So here, Dawn breaks on Marblehead. And am I measuring? No, not a great measurer. That's not who I am. And I think if you didn't have lemon juice and you had lime, I really think it's the fact that it's citrus. What do you think? Would you think lime juice would work? This happens to be lemon juice. Adding some vinegar, and I always like how it just reminds me of those volcanoes you made in school. And then I'm going to stir it around, and I'm going to put it in the microwave. And I couldn't remember how long I usually do it, so I think I did it for like a minute, and then you're going to see me. I got to turn it on again because these were some stubborn dirt. So my hamburger's all cooked, tossing it in a lined crock pot. I'm putting 2 cups of cheese. It calls for cheddar. I didn't have 2 cups of cheddar, but I had some Colby Jack, so I substituted in Colby Jack. And then I decided to put Mexican across the top, so a whole nother cup of Mexican. This is what really makes it taste like a cheeseburger. There's a lot of cheese in there, and I put it on warm. The cheese on top melted really quick. I would say I wouldn't put it in. I put it in for like 4 or 5 hours because we ended up eating later than I thought I would. I feel like that was a little too long. My husband said it was a bit dry. So if I was on top of my game, I would have just added some beef broth to make it a little bit more juicy again, but I was not on my game at all. So you can see I had a 9x13 pan. So what I'm doing before we go to Michael's is I'm draining my eggs, putting them back in the pan. I don't care if the eggs crack at this point, you know, they're all cooked. And I'm adding a bunch of ice. And then I'm going to put cold water in the pan, and I'm just going to let it sit until I'm ready to leave. And then it will be cold enough for me to put it in the refrigerator. And I'm letting my potatoes cool as well. And now I'm back to the microwave. I keep going back and forth. This is Karen trying to multitask. But man, my eye is on the prize. I'm going to drive a peaceful 35 minutes to Michael's. I'm going to shop around. I'm going to drive a peaceful 35 minutes back. Of course, I had a couple of things, like remember I said I was going to buy rolls. So I had a couple of things I had to buy. Plus, we're going to a friend's house today, which is Saturday for me. This is Saturday for you. And I need to make, guacamole before I go. So anyways, I'm getting my microwave plate all nice and clean. All that's left to do so I can leave, because I've already given up on my to-do list at this point. That bathroom's going to stay the way it is to get my potato salad fixins, you know, the potatoes and the eggs, into the refrigerator, and to tidy up the kitchen so that it's not a complete mess when I get home. You might have noticed my husband behind me when I was at the stove. He was emptying the dishwasher and getting it loaded with what was there, because I had dishes in the sink and couldn't really get things drained real well. So I'm getting the pans ready to go. I'm going to end up putting all the pans in the dishwasher, starting the dishwasher before I go, which made life so much easier. Let's play a little music so you don't just have to listen to me yapper the whole time. That song is just so perfect for how I'm feeling. And we all know that it is God that is love, and He is the one that makes a way when there seems to be no way. I woke up this morning without this video edited, and I thought, I'm not posting a video because I did not get my reset done. You know how you get in that mindset of what is the expectation and what does failure look like? And my encouragement to you today is to celebrate whatever you get done instead of thinking about what you planned to do. There's just so many more important things in life. There's so many more important things to look at. Don't let your to-do list be a bully. Your to-do list should not get to bully you. You're doing the best you can every day. You are not lazy, okay? You might be tired. You might be sick. You might be sore. You might be busy. Things might have come up that you didn't plan on. You might not have had the energy you were hoping for. But that doesn't make you lazy. It makes you human, right? And so at first I wasn't going to post this. And then I was like, no, this is the exact video I need to put up. Because as a content creator, I often think I want to be encouraging. And for some reason we get it twisted. By the way, that's paprika going on top of the potato salad because I'm home now. We get it twisted and we think, in order to encourage you, I have to show you everything getting perfectly done so that you have the motivation to get it perfectly done. But here's the trick. None of us can get it perfectly done. We may have little tiny moments where things feel perfect. We might have a morning routine that seems to work. But there are days everything's going to fall apart. There is the meal that my husband had. So with the grocery haul, we got ourselves some popcorn, Tostitos, peanut butter, beef broth, and then down here, I just made sure everything was stocked. My husband made focaccia bread yesterday. This is all that's left. I got some sourdough bread, green beans, beets, veggies, all the things. I got a Rouse tomato sauce, and oh my goodness, these are $9.98 now. Ugh. And then pasta, so the girls can make their own meals when they haven't been home for a mealtime. And then these granola bars have been going fast, so we've got lots of them. We got some gluten-free wasa and chocolate chips, dried mango, all the things. And then, of course, our very favorite Ocean Spray cranberry juice. These have been really good, so I've been getting them every week and keeping well stocked. And carrot sticks, tofu, and then making sure we're well stocked here. What a mess. This is just real life, but I got more bacon and dairy-free mozzarella, tomatoes. We got our meat department here. I got some blade steaks and I got chicken breast. I just got all the things I know I got. The girls got themselves this. I did not buy that. And then we got broccoli. So I definitely need to organize this refrigerator. More seedless cucumbers. I always get myself more egg white. And we got butter just in case, but you can see this is very well stocked. And then orange juice milk. We're well stocked here with the chicken. I have a frozen steak in here I'm going to need to use up. I got more of these, also very expensive. These are like $9 as well. Craziness. If you're a human who has good days and bad days, I hope you'll stick around, that we can encourage one another. Remember, as always, that God loves you, and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.